time now to go over to Studio 2A for our performance by Shaun Harris and Grimey L. Take it away, guys.
Yeah. What up, KXCI Tucson, Arizona? Shaun Harris, Grimey L.
Yeah.
That's what we do, right? It's for the album Block Riders. It's called Bard. It comes out July 23rd. Show at Congress July 24th. Hope you guys like it. With the odds of a child smiling into the sun, Mama was a rolling stone and a child's son. I'm not the only one, I'm just the one and only. Roly-poly, holy shit, go out moldy, oh holy moly. Like a bag of chips and Swiss, his rhymes is always this crisp. And these acts won't exist when I shoot from the hip. The risk of being me outweighs the risk of a war. To put a fish up in his dish, it's very demure. A militant no core, harder than the score. Pores of the pouring sweat up out of my pores. No rhyme or reason to rhyme, cause ain't no reason to rhyme. No mind being obsessed, the obsessed on my mind. Either hate or congratulate. I promise I'm worth the wait. Time waits for no man. I'm sorry for being late. So what up, y'all? Y'all feeling good out there in Radio Land? Just chilling, having dinner, probably late, maybe at the bar. I don't know what you're doing. I just thank you guys for just listening to me, man. And listen to me and Grimey on this project. We appreciate you. We do love you. Yeah. And collateral damage your rabbit when it's collaborate. Blood's thicker than water, watch it coagulate. A tossing word salads, us won't let us grow. Just another record soul trying to get record sold. A non-believer sin is really confessional. Send it from the house that building that's congressional. They say I'm incredible, I'd rather be credible. My approval's on the low like my grade score. A job on a whetstone smell like petrichor. Or my rollish roller thunder controlling the storm. I'm a beastman when I metamorph, no metaphor. Marvel at DC and read you like a comic book store. Open legions of our season, leaving these open source. Terraform the Norman War, the young born and forlorn. Apparent empty Jason, that's adjacent to playlist. Facing the stages with these pages, fan bases relate with. My replay is vacation, trade school or vocation. To stand by, to stand out, give me a standing ovation like. Yeah. What up, KXCI, locals only? Remember, the album comes out July 23rd, show at Congress July 24th. We appreciate you. Pull up. For people that know what it means, please come. Please. Let my man Grimey just play a beat off real quick. Play both our talents. That beats up, all right. Grimey on the beats. I'm not gonna lie, the MC in me wants to rap over it so bad.
Very nice. Very nice, guys. You're tuned to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. This is Locals Only. I'm Rusty. I'm joined by Shaun Harris and Grimey L.
Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
Dude, this is my favorite thing to get to do, honestly, is to get to sit in here and get a show like it's like my own personal show.
Oh, man, yes.
I love Locals Only. I think it's super important that we get to hear from local artists.
Right.
Super important to have you guys on here. So I just love it. Let's start with, I'll just have you each introduce yourself and talk about what you've been doing thus far here in our Studio 2A.
I guess I'll go first. My name's Shaun Harris. I'm just an MC rapper from Tucson, Arizona. Born and raised here. Been doing this since like 2000. I'm an old man. 2000, I started doing jungle music, drum and bass. I'm jungle MC. And then, eventually I transitioned over to hip hop. And, just like, just I rap. He makes the beats, I think about a year and a half ago. Grimey and I, a year and a half ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I'll say, like, me and Grimey, we hooked up and made this project. And, he sent me like a bunch of beats and I really didn't know how to write to him. And like, I was going through like a lot of things and like, primarily I was going through a writer's block. And that's when the idea hit me to do writer's block. But I didn't think I was going through a writer's block alone. So I chose a bunch of Tucson musicians, that like let me just, interview them about a writer's block. And it really inspired me to keep going. Just with that, and like I said, I'm just rocking my lyrics that I wrote. So, Grimey, you can go ahead and take it away, man. Tell me what you got, what you doing.
My name's Jonah. I go by Grimey L. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I've been living in Tucson for 20 years now. This project started, if I recall correctly, Shaun and I were at an event at Brickbox, and we just started talking. Hadn't seen each other in a while. Just started chopping it up, and it was just kind of like, all right, well, let's do a track. And then that turned into, let's just do a project. That makes more sense than just trying to put out a single song. And so the whole process started there. And then Shaun started to roll it out with all the interviews he did with local artists, like he just said. And yeah, that's where we're at.
Right on. Well, I'm interested in this project then. So you guys started working with Tucson artists about writer's block. Who did you work with?
So we had a plethora of people, man. So like they were random interviews too. Like if people get mad, like it was random, man. So like I had my dude Johnny Arson on one, Wallace from the Redstones.
Okay, sure.
Brian Lopez.
I know that guy.
Yep. Cash Lansky's on it. Runt. Jake. Elquan, I'm gonna say Jaquan. Elquan's an ill lyricist. Even like my dude Demo, he's I'm trying to name them all real quick.
Yeah.
My dude Demo, Sam B, who's a wonderful poet. Demo is a graph writer. Diami and Chitan from Los Indios. They're on it. That was like really cool. I got Andrew from La Cerca, and that was really dope. My dude Chase is on it, and of course Cruz Ocho. One of the dopest MCs nowadays in Tucson's history.
Wow.
On his album, like a bunch of cats, man. Like
Heck yeah.
I'm trying to think, am I forgetting somebody? But I don't think I am. I think I named everyone. But I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I love you. Stop it. No, I said Cheetah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, no, I said those dudes.
Okay.
Los Indios is amazing.
Well, that's phenomenal. And so you talk to all these writers about their process, about when they get stuck.
Right. And it's funny because like, they're all, each one is like very unique and very insightful on their process. And like, and like they're just all being honest about like just what they experience with writer's block. A lot of them admit to it. And that's the most humbling thing, is that they admit to it. They're like, yeah, I get writer's block and this is what I do. Some explain how they'll like go kick it with their family. Some people say they'll go play video games. My favorite, however, is a karaoke host named Dawn, who's a singer, and she's amazing. And like all she said was just like, write till it feels good. And it was so simple. And that's the way the album ends. Cause it's like, that's true. Just write till it feels good. Like that. I couldn't put it better than myself.
I love that.
Like with that. Also,
yeah,
I forgot my dude Ev is on it, who's probably the illest lyricist in Tucson. And I'm going to make that statement. Ev's poetry is amazing if you heard of it. And of course we got Lou the poet too, man. If you know who Lou is, Shout out to Lou. Like he a political poet, and he's amazing.
Wow.
Amazing cat, man. Like, I forgot those two.
This is an incredible group of people, though, that you recorded and talked to.
Right, like, and it was just so random, too, because all it was just me living a life and, like, going through. It was kind of reminiscent of, like, I wrote a chapbook once called Observations, and, like, all I did was just, like, it was just in me amidst of getting divorced, and it was just writing about people I saw. And I just was at these random places, writing about everything I saw, situations I got in. This was, say, to the block writers. It was like, hey, you're cool. You want to do this interview? And no one said no. I was happy that no one was like, nah, dog, I'm good. Like,
you're doing something right,
like,
Shaun.
everyone had time. Like, everyone had time. And people like, let's say like Ron Cash and Brian Lopez, like, honestly, man, they famous.
Yeah.
They not only to the song famous, they world renowned.
Busy guys.
And for them to take time out just to do that, for little old me, that's very humbling.
Shaun, that's incredibly sweet. I love hearing that. You're tuned to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. I'm with Shaun Harris and Grimey L. So you've got a show coming up.
Yes.
Is this an album release party?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's the Block Writers album release party is going to be at the Congress Hotel, July 24th. Tickets are online. It's $15 if you go down to the Congress. It's $19 online. It's $20 the day of the show. Like I said, it's going to be me and Grimey, my dude's Dark Tower Syndicate, Destruct from LA. Destruct is with Project Blowed. He's definitely associated with them, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? We love Destruct. And Ray. Ray's wonderful. Like he's just an amazing artist. He actually got featured like in like a Bandcamp interview about dope Arizona artists. Like he was in the same lane as like Cash and all them. So Ray's amazing. And I'm just very lucky that that I'm just with these incredible group of people to try to pull the show off.
Yeah, right on.
And also too, we have like my dude Sector, who's a renowned writer around here, graph writer, and he so he did the album cover, and then we got like oldies but goodies with the photo. I'm also in the mutual aid group called Community Care Tucson, where we go feed on house primarily over at Armory Park, 7 p.m. every Wednesday. They're going to be tabling there, so you guys, you can get active and get involved. Because, all about now these days is really about community, and that's where we need to really be.
That is absolutely true, Shaun. Whenever I talk to people who are really smart, that's what they tell me is that the way we combat what the bad that we see going on in the world around us is by focusing on our community, and that's where our real power lies. And I love how you've brought community together for this project, Block Writers. I think it's time for you guys to perform a little bit more, is what it seems like.
Yeah, cool. we'll do a couple.
Hit up
Right
some
on.
button.
Yeah, we'll do mutton, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding. Button on the lamb with pressed hands. Never was a good boy, let alone a best man. Having connections, that's a symptom of my misstep. And all this gold talk is just a bunch of misstep. News are annuity, gratuity installments. The rich goes to college while the poor Google's knowledge. Church is still solid, even when it's nice and posh. Alcoholic, frolic, hyperbolic, and whatchamacallits. Drunken power, ducking cower, singing on McDonald, exporting labor, the farm, good old Ronald. Billions and billions more, killing on the killing floor. Bill my man, the John's man, Grimey's out here passing scores. Cause the justice of a message of an old regime, causing harm in Olive Garden with similar fatigue. El Camino's Regals and Tins looking clean and seen from Shaun, still billing him as seen. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Need the fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Went from playing Hasbro to being a play by Hasbro. To take on these is to take it to Aspen. Maturity is opposite. Leader Marcus Houston. What's the problem? Just see Marquis in Houston. We have a problem and we're quickly running out of field like down an altitude or attitude or altitude. Blue checks bounce cause everyone rolled them off. We start when he me they can't beat me in a motocross. War words militant. Where's the soldier run? We pocket my monster with it's the Pokemon. We pocket my monster out of pocket called the Pokemon. Rimmed out on the rim, on the rim just like the Mogia. Don Coley on the rap and it's a rap like Shaun. Take it to the matches but the seat numbers that we're on. African the African no affirmation. Don't apply yourself, not taking applications. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. Charge a fees for my schemes to leave him feeding more. my man Grimey with another beat. Yeah. Grimey. Okay. Something from the 80s, bro. Like it's on like a TV show or something. Like he's walking in the rain.
If I'm dealing with writer's block, I'll listen to a completely different genre.
Johnny Hudson, everyone.
I'll look at the world around me, not me from my perspective, but everybody else from my perspective, and I'll try to make a song that's like, maybe I'll sample something from jazz or country or metal, and it'll kind of be the inspiration to help me write about what I'm perceiving around me.
Words from Johnny Hudson, man. Shout out to Mythic Underground. Him and Nate Villains, bro. They're nasty. Hidden Hand. So they won hip hop awards here, so them kids, they're amazing.
You want to do culture? You want to be talking?
Whatever you guys want.
I don't know. I mean,
let's chat a little more, maybe.
Cool. Chat a little bit more, yeah.
Well, so you're tuned to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. This is Locals Only. I'm Rusty with Shaun Harris and Grimey L. Gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
100%. This is super great. So your show is July 24th. I just want to remind people at Hotel Congress.
Yes.
And your project is Block Writers. It's all about writer's block, and you've talked to all these Tucsonans, these Tucson musicians. I want to ask you, Shaun, what do you do when you're creatively blocked? What do you do?
I don't. Man, it's weird. Like I just have to like stew on it for a little while. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what the rest of them said. Like you just go do something else, and then you just let inspiration hit you. I think honestly, Cash had it like down. We're just kind of like. You know what I'm saying? You don't fight it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't fight it. You let it come, because like that's when it naturally comes to you. That's when it's the most purest form of the art. When you're trying to force it, it sounds hollow. It really does when you're trying to force something, It's almost like when you're trying to sing but not in your key, but you're trying to sing like, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to sing the high parts of a song like a karaoke, but you're bad at it. You're not bad at karaoke per se, or you're not a bad singer. You're just singing outside your range. You're not letting it come to you. You're not making it your own. And that's just how like I deal with writer's block, like sometimes this is a perfect example. So I'm in a duo as well called Shaun Harris and Lugo. And Lugo gave me a beat back in I want to say 2019. 2019, 2020, literally, I did not make a song out of that thing until 2024. And it's called Desert Rose with SBZ. Shout out to SBZ. But like literally, I sat on that beat forever. And it never hit me till one day it spoke to me. The way I write, it's like I let the beat speak to me. If it speaks to me, then, you know what I'm saying, then I can write to it. If it doesn't speak to me, I can't write to it. I'll have a hard time. And sometimes speaking to me is not like a linear process. It doesn't happen within like the hour of the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that's a great example, like that Desert Rose. That took years. And finally, I got inspired, you know what I'm saying, by something. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing this. And I did it. So, how about you? How you deal with writer's block?
It all depends, I guess. Like, the creativity thing definitely ebbs and flows. It's not 100% consistent in me all the time. I don't think it is in anyone, but Yeah, it really just depends. Sometimes you get out for a breath of fresh air. Sometimes you just produce a different type of genre, go from hip hop to drum and bass, or whatever the case may be. Like Cruz said, go watch a show, draw, pretty much anything that can circle back and bring you into that creative element. It's different for everyone, but I like to use different ways. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm with you on that. Like I was telling you guys, I teach middle school art. I tell, especially as my kids get a little older, my 8th grade kids, I'm like, some days you're not going to feel it. That's okay. I'm not going to force you to do art when you're not feeling it, right? Like that's counterproductive.
No, it's very counterproductive. I mean, it's art, right? So like you can't force it upon you. You know what I'm saying? That's why this whole AI slop thing is hilarious, because it's like it can't be manufactured. Art's something that's inspired. You know what I'm saying? Like a machine can't be inspired. It does what it's told. And all it's doing is regurgitating, you know what I'm saying, thousands of years of music because algorithms make it sound good. But you can tell when something's hollow and don't have a soul to it, you know?
I think for sure.
Yeah, you could definitely tell, like, with that, you know? And you could tell when, like, something might sound poppy as all heck, but it has a soul. You know what's a great example? And this is weird. I'm going to say this. K-pop Demon Hunters. Like that lady's story, like the lead singer, like the one that plays Rumi, the singing voice, go read her story. She's great. She was like a machine since she was a kid, you know, on it. And then finally, like, she kind of got her shine. But you could tell in those songs, she really feels what she's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could tell, like, she's not just being a machine about it. Like, she really feeling some type of way that day, you know? So I just say, just do what you feel. As Don said, right till it feels good.
Yeah, I love that too. I love that too. And I think that consistency really helps, because I hear what you're saying about inspiration, but I know as artists, and having spoken to so many artists, you do have to have a consistent work ethic, like keep your head in it. That you can't just wait for inspiration, sitting around for 3 weeks waiting for inspiration to hit. You have to take that bull by the horn a little bit. I'll tell you one thing that I tell my kids too is I really try to tell them, and this is kind of big stuff for middle schoolers, but I think as adults it's easier for us to understand. But I really find, for me creatively, it's really great when I can kind of break my ego, right? When I can make it less about me and more where I'm just seeing the bigger picture. And that happens to me when I go for a walk. That I talk to my kids a lot of times about an awe walk, AWE, where you try to find the awe in the world around you, just in the basic things.
Yeah, I like that too. No, that's it, man. It's just having a childlike wonder.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what it is for artists. Like, if you never lose your childlike wonder when it comes to doing this, you'll always be inspired. You really will, because you'll always have that little innocence to you. And once that innocence is gone or betrayed, you don't want to do it no more. Like, I rap for so long, and I've seen so many people fall by the wayside. And even myself, like, I stopped rapping for like 10 years or something like that. You know, I went and learned, like, to fight. I went and learned, like, Muay Thai, boxing, MMA and stuff, and jiu-jitsu. But, like, in that time frame, I missed music. There was something missing. It was always music. And what it was is that what I missed was being creative. Yeah. That's what I missed. It wasn't like trying to be famous or known or any of that. It was really just being creative, like the process of letting my mind wander on a page. You know, that's something I miss. I mean, I don't know. What you think, Grimey?
I mean, I don't know if I could word it differently than you said it. Will you tell me the question again? I'm sorry.
Well, we were just talking about where you get your inspiration from.
I'm sorry. I like how you said the awe walk. That's super cool. For me, I'll put on like snowboard or skateboard videos on my TV while I'm making beats, and just have that on mute. And for some reason, what those dudes and chicks can do with a skateboard is just unbelievable. So if they can do it on a board physically, then I can do it right here.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about it.
I love that. Well, so you're tuned to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. This is Locals Only. I'm Rusty, here with Shaun Harris and Grimey L. Shaun, so, I mean, you and I are both a little older, I think, as you mentioned. How long have you been making music? How long?
Oh, man, since like, I remember like 13 trying to rap. And that like it sucked. I remember I got embarrassed and I ran away and I wrote a rap. But really, like in 2000, man, it's like it's weird just how I got all into it. Like I was downtown freestyle trying to battle everybody, like kids like Fetish and them, who's an amazing rapper. And then I ended up meeting like Shock G of Digital Underground of all people at the Congress one day in 2001. No, in 2000, because a year later 9/11 happened. It was on Labor Day. And like we just spent this whole weird night together where we just like did and made music. So we went to this kid's house. They had like a basement, which is rare Tucson basement.
Yeah.
They had a band called Satori, and they were playing drums, Shock's on the keys, I'm rapping, and there's a kid named Clay Steele. Shout out to Clay Steele. He was like, hey, I DJ down at the Congress. Like, do you want to come do it? And I was like, I don't know, man. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So then, like, I would see him time and time again, just being downtown all the time. And then finally, I went to the Congress on Tuesday, and like it was drum and bass, and I didn't know what drum and bass was. I thought it was drums and bass. Apparently, that's not what that is. Apparently. And then I got to get to know jungle music and EDM and all that stuff, and it was like really cool hooking up with that kid, and just taught me a lot just about like MCing and stuff like that. Because at first I couldn't even freestyle. I didn't even know how to. I was just saying written rhymes, and then after that I learned to freestyle really well because I ran out of words. So I had to start making stuff on the spot. And that has definitely carried me on through like my writing process and all these things. But yeah, man, I mean, I've seen everyone come and go, bro. I've seen people blow up. I've seen people fall by the wayside. I've seen it all. I really have, And I think people, like, some people might think I'm a jerk or something. But the truth is, I just seen it all. Like, and nothing surprises me no more.
I got to say, I haven't known you long, Shaun, but I don't think many people think you're a jerk. I'm having a hard time believing
There's people out there. Shout out to the people who think I'm a jerk. I love you anyway.
Love y'all anyway.
Y'all should hug me sometime.
That's right. That's good stuff, Shaun. What about you, Grimey L? How long have you been doing this?
I started making beats probably like 2009 or 10, and I had like a 5-year run where I was making music, and then I took a long time off just because of some personal things and accidents and such, and then I think it was like 2017 or 2018, just out of nowhere. I don't know how, I really don't know, but it was just like, I want to make some beats right now. So I just ran with it, made a few, and then I've been going since then. So another almost 10 years, I guess.
Wow.
So.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, well, before we go back, I know you guys have a little bit more music to play, but I just want to ask you, I work with kids, and I've been around long enough here at KXCI to know people listen to locals only. Musicians who are 15 are listening. What would you say to somebody who's struggling with just staying with it? How have you guys done that?
I say reassess. Like, understand why you love it and why you got into it in the first place. If you understand that, like, you'll never go wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you always keep that, like I said, that childlike wonder, that little innocence about it, you'll always just do it. And you just can't really care either. Like, you got to have a fearlessness about you. Because people will tell you, especially in hip-hop. In hip-hop, there's an ageism thing. And they're like, oh, my God, you're old and you can't make hip-hop. It's for young. And that's not true at all. Like, you see old rock musicians all the time being rock musicians. You know what I'm saying? Being well into their 70s, playing, touring the world. And it's like, why can't rappers do that? That's silly. And I think hip-hop is trying to defeat the ageism thing. A lot of older rappers coming out, which is great.
Yeah.
But what I began to know is like dudes who hasn't rapped in like 20 years are rapping again. And I love it. I love seeing it. I'm like, oh, man, you haven't rapped in like 20 years and you got an album right now? Like, good. Keep going. Who cares?
That in itself is inspiring.
It is, dude.
Yeah, it is.
And like, I didn't realize I was inspiring people my age, bro, like to keep rapping. They're like, bro, I saw you out here doing this. I'm just going to do it. It's like, yeah, why care? Just assess what you're doing. You're an adult. Talk about adult things, dude. You don't need to talk about like kiddie club stuff or guns or violence. Talk about you have hernia. I don't know what to tell you about. Talk about that AARP card. It's awesome.
Being true to yourself, though. Being that authentic self.
That's
right?
it. As long as you're you and you love it, you're going to keep doing it. So just keep doing it. Like, no one's stopping you. Only you are stopping you. It really is you.
Boy, that's true, Shaun.
Sometimes your equipment.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Sometimes it's someone else's equipment. I'm messing with you, Duncan. I was messing with you.
Well, so again, you're tuned to 91.3 KXCI. This is Locals Only. Shaun Harris has been here and Grimey L. You guys have a show. I just want to remind people, since we're here and we can do it, July 24th at Hotel Congress.
July 24th, Hotel Congress. Like I said, if you go down to Congress now before the 24th, it's $15 there. It's $19 online because, they got to hit you with that fee. They got to hit you with that fee. It's Dice. Blame Dice. Don't blame Congress. It's Dice's fee. And the 20th day of the show. All I'm asking is just that, please come, please experience it. Say, come, please be a part of the community about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and to me, it don't matter if it's 5 or 5 million. I'm going to rock it just the same. But, what I'm saying? I'd love to see people and faces that I haven't seen in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw a cat, he introduced me to One Below, dude, Masters of the Universe.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
When they were raving, dude, and he was just in the streets on last Monday. I was like, bro, you need to come to this show. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was fun. So please, just come. Come. The link will be on the website, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a great way to support local music and support community. And I love that you seem so politically active as well. I think that's really important.
Just with the mutual aid, primarily, the Community Care Tucson, we feed the unhoused every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., down there because, we see there's a need for this community and the needs of them, and the one thing we can't forget about these people, they're people too. I know people want to make fun of them. People want to make up things about them. People want to have big, lofty assumptions, but at the end of the day, we're human. I personally just don't understand it. I just don't understand it, and they'll always say extreme things. I'll say this, and this is funny to me. They're always just they're all drugs or druggies. I'll say, hey, put yourself in an extreme situation. Will you be on drugs too? What you talking about?
I'll tell you what, the history of Tucson,
right? If you lost everything, and you're in 110-degree weather, having to push a shopping cart around every day, and to get by, to get high, that's cool. Most people drink alcohol after work. What are you talking about?
That's real.
People, I don't understand human beings at all. They do the same things, but then get mad when it's someone else. I didn't let the addiction get me. I said, just because you're a functioning alcoholic don't mean you're not an alcoholic, homie. That's weird.
Yeah, and I think that looking down at others is such an easy thing to do, that the thing to do is to try to fight
that. It really is, and I'm just going to be a little political. I'm just saying that's just capitalism and it's rugged individualism, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's you thinking you're just better than people when you're really not, man. You're in the same boat as them. You know what I'm saying? Just you were lucky.
Yeah.
You were lucky.
You happened to be born. That's
your situation
matter
makes
of
you
chance.
Lucky, and you need to appreciate that luck that you have.
I love that.
Graham, you want to say something?
Well, as far as activism and stuff, that's probably one of my favorite reasons to make music is for charity.
I did that PAC thing.
Yeah, we did the one for PAC.
Animal control.
Yeah. I put together something called Audio for Animals, and it was just a ton of musicians from Tucson, all different genres.
Wow.
I put it together, compiled it, and all the proceeds, everything besides what Bandcamp takes their cut, but everything after that all goes to PAC, Friends of PAC, and then they delineate however. I don't know how the monetary how it works, but I'm sure I'm pretty sure it's just dogs need blankets and cats need litter or whatever. They just make it work. But yeah, it's nice to be able to contribute. And then as far as other ones I've done, I recently did a remix for the suicide awareness and prevention, and then another one for ACLU last year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a fun reason to make music. It's just just a good cause, and if it's cool to do it, and if it helps raise awareness, then that's the goal. So
I love what you guys are doing. I just love it. Learning about what you guys are doing and hearing about how active you are in the community and bringing artists together. That's all stuff that's easy for me to get behind. We've got a few minutes for a little bit more music.
Cool. Sure.
5-6 minutes.
Cool. All right.
Right on. Shaun Harris and Grimey L. Take it away, guys.
Yeah. Through evolution, we be hollow logs and hollow ground to allow sounds to come into existence. Echoes off the wall permeates through the bone with the body that starts to convulge. Bones popping, muscles locking, the spasm orgasming like it was hit with a planing rock. The hips gyrate as the dope begins to vibrate with the explosion of the familiar. and it goes ugh, ugh, ugh. Ugga to the ugg, ugg, ugga the ugg, ugg, ugga to the ugg, ugg, ugga the ugg, ugg, ugga to the ugg, ugg, ugga the ugg, ugg, ugga to the ugg, ugg, ugga the ugg. Using animal blood to paint scenes of top rock, down rock, power moves and freezes. With a bone in hand fixated to the mouth to mimic the ancient hounds of the soul. We are witnessing the birth of a culture, the birth of a culture, the birth of a solar system that controls its victim through rhythmic patterns that splatters through the human consciousness across the cosmos. From the primordial soup to the inevitable apocalypse, we'll keep it rocking this ish until the break of dawn. And with any culture, it evolves, devolves, and absolves itself from any of its past sins. So from this culture, I can say with a grin, a mantra of our kin. And it goes, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind and I'll never give it up. Cause every time we come up in the building, everybody hands go up. There we go. Grimey L, y'all.
Also about the show, if you're early enough, you get a free CDR. We just kept it real. We took it back old school to the CDRs.
We did CDRs and we hand wrote them, so they're all unique to themselves. So y'all should cop one.
They're free.
Right on.
They're free.
Just for showing up.
Yeah, I mean, you're just there, so just enjoy it. I hope y'all got a CD player.
When I have writer's block, I usually like to go outside. I'll go through some of my old writing, and I'll take out things that I like about each piece, and then I'll put them all together into one document, and then I'll just start filtering through, and allow channeling to take place.
One of the dopest poets I ever came across. Literally, the wordsmith of all wordsmiths.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you cop that pack compilation, man. It's great. Great compilation.
Yeah, there's
Go to Grimey L's
40 acts on there.
Yeah.
And nearly every song is like unreleased. I tried to make that like a little bit more of a
yeah, I got an unreleased track on there with Zachy Force Funk. This is wild. I made that song like dang near 15 years ago. 15, 20 years ago now. Well, thank you, KXCI, for having us.
thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, just great to have you guys here. Locals only, Shaun Harris, Grimey L.
July 24th, Club Congress.
This Friday.
Yeah, this Friday. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing better to do, you can come spend it with us. We won't disappoint.
You don't have anything better to do, I can
You don't.
assure
You really don't. Just excuses.
That's right. That's right. Anything you guys want to say before we take off and hand it over to Danae?
I'm just saying, do you and write and be happy. That's it. Write till it feels good.
Right till it feels good.
Yeah, just do whatever you got to do to stay creative. Sometimes you got to take a step back, but yeah, just go after it.
I love that, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here, Shaun Harris and Grimey L. Going to turn it over now to Danae and Night Interlude.
you.